I hope you're hyped for Black Horn of Heaven support and an amazing card that turns the Pendulum system upside down. Hello, 34% of you that have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so we can climb up the 110,000 ladder here. So we're back with the remaining chunk of info for Cyberstorm Access. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. We have everything but one card at this point. So this is Wannabe. I actually hate the pun here, but it is a light insect effect monster with 0 attack, 0 defense. During the end phase, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. Excavate cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of up to the number of your opponent's unoccupied spell and trap card zones. And if you do, you can set one excavated trap card, but send it to the graveyard during the next end phase. Also place the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. This is actually kind of interesting. They're taking advantage here of the Simorg aspect of things, but it's an excavate up to the number of unused zones to get a trap card. So we've already gone through the whole phase of playing the game. Now it's during the end phase you can send this card, so that should work hypothetically during either player's end phase. But for a light insect, I don't have any other real buzz to say about this. Next up is the Yukari no Rino Kitsune no Yora. This is the Fire Warrior effect with level 3, 200 attack with 1900 defense. All face-up monsters on the field become fire. That's actually kind of interesting. If this card is in your graveyard and your opponent has a fire monster on the field or in their graveyard, you can special summon this card. It is a recurable fire monster, actually, which is kind of interesting in the grand scheme of things. It's not the way that I really would have went about it, but I'll take it. Alright, so, I mean, these two cards are... Oh, this is the third Tama. So this is the Sakatama, actually. This is going to be a level 4, 400 attack, 900 defense spirit monster. Now, they definitely love this thing where they go through with these spirit cards, and they like to make these things look really good. So, it can't be special summon. You can only use the first and third effects of this card's name once per turn. So you can reveal this card in your hand. Immediately after the effect resolves, you can normal summon one spirit monster from your hand. This is an extra normal summon extender for spirits, which is actually kind of interesting. And then once per turn, during the end phase, if this card is normal summon or flip face up, return it to your hand. If this card is tributed, you can target one spirit monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So not only do you get a normal summon extender for spirits, you get the ability to, if you tribute this off, get the ability to add something back. My whole problem with the whole spirit archetype at this point in time is they need more. You need to give spirits the ability to special summon from the deck and give them the chance to actively play the game. I want to be able to summon a Yamato Dragon or a Kagutsuchi, or from Hino Kagutsuchi from the deck. That's what you're going to have to do to make this archetype playable. Next up is my favorite Zoid, the full active Duprex. This Zoid stands at an apex of 2000 with 1000 defense, level 9, and it is a Wind Cyberse monster. Okay. So you can only use the first and third effects of this card's name once per turn. So you can banish 2 Link monsters from your graveyard to special summon this from your hand. Now, I'm not too keen on that ability, though it is a free extender for what you kind of want. But okay, your Link monsters can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, just your linked monsters. And then if this card is sent to the graveyard and target one Cyberse monster you control, it gets 1000 attack. Yeah, I don't have any other... It's cool that we got a banish 2 Link monsters to special summon this from the hand as a power card. That feels very, very good to me. But when you look at this card with the rest of what's going on, this doesn't feel too amazing. Alright, we got the Harvest Angel of Doom. Now, full disclaimer here. I squealed like a little girl when I read this card the first time. I was so excited. So we got a Dark Fairy Pendulum effect monster. Pendulum scale 8, by the way. We got a fatty here, alright? Counter Fairy can actually Pendulum summon now. It just took them 100 years to get to this point. So during your main phase for your Pendulum effect, you can destroy this card, and if you do, add 1 Black Horn of Heaven from your deck to your hand. That's actually a very interesting Pendulum scale effect, but that's fine. Monster effect. If this card is normal or Pendulum summon, you can add 1 Horn of Heaven from your deck to your hand. Well, that's interesting. If this card is tributed, you can place it in your Pendulum zone. So let's unpack this here for a second. So you have a monster that destroys itself in the Pendulum scale to add a Black Horn of Heaven from deck to hand. And then on normal summon, you can search for Horn of Heaven and then tribute this with the Horn of Heaven to scale it up so that you can search Black Horn of Heaven on the next turn. Yeah, that's a lot to unpack, but we really needed something on this scale to really make the world go round here, I feel like. Next up here is the Ringo Worm, the 100 Apple Dragon. And this card is actually pretty good. This is a light level 2 dragon tuner, and you're already like, oh boy, yeah. So you can only use the first and third effect, or excuse me, the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. So if there's a face-up non-effect monster on the field, alright, that's easy. You can special summon this card from your hand. Okay, so Blue Eyes decks just smiled. Alright, that's good. During the turn, you synchro summon a synchro monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon 100 Apple token. It's going to be a Worm Light level 2 with 100 attack, 100 defense. If this token is used for synchro material, it can be used as a tuner. That is massive. Now, don't get me wrong. I think it's very cool that we are stepping in the right direction here of giving dragons something else. So this is the right level of dragon support that you want to see. You want to see the fact that, hey, this interacts with Blue Eyes on the way that you can make Baron now, because Blue Eyes plus this, congratulations, you met the requirements. And then you can get another level 2 token onto the field, so you technically make something level 12 related, or you could be able to tune her up into another monster. I think that this card is very, very good just on the power up that it gives to the lower rated decks, and that's going to be a very good thing. You don't see that a lot in the game, where Konami actually tries to support other, you know, little powered scaled down decks at this point. It's always got to be meta, but this is fine. I think the Blue Eyes players will be very happy to actually potentially get this. Now, the big one here is the Pendula Moon. So, but where is the Pendulum Sun? So Pendula Moon is a light spellcaster pendulum effect monster. So it is a pendulum scale 0, by the way, on a level 1. So unpack that for a second. They love these universal low scales. So you can only use the pendulum effect of this card's name once per turn. During your main phase, you can add 1 face-up pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand and then destroy this card. Alright, so the waifu is going to pop herself to add a pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. That's free real estate. Alright? And then we have, if you have 2 cards in your pendulum zone, you can add up to 2 face-up pendulum monsters from your extra deck to your hand, each with a level between the exclusive pendulum scales of the cards in your pendulum zones for the rest of this turn. Alright? Or also for the rest of this turn. Unless you pendulum summon after this effect resolves, you can activate monster effects, and the effects of any cards in your pendulum zone are negated. This is a reverse beyond the pendulum, actually, which is kind of cool. For free recurability, for an add back of 2 monsters is really, really good. Maybe something in Zephyra could take advantage of this a little bit more, but I think that this card is very, very solid. And then we have one other card just got revealed right as we were filming this. So this is, I believe it's called Tun Tun. Yeah, this is going to be another quick play spell card. Let me read the translation here. So you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. It is a quick play. Target 1 face-up monster on the field. Return its attack, defense, or level, whichever it has the highest difference from its original level to its original level, and then pay life points in multiples of 100, max 1,000. That's actually kind of cool. So this actually D-level mods cards. If this card is in your graveyard, you have the same amount of life points as your opponent during your main phase, set this card back to your field. Huh. That's actually kind of a cool little card. But overall, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are your final Cyberstorm Access cards. The Pendula Moon card is really good, and I think the Dragon is also very, very solid. But what do you think about all of these goodies? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. Patrons! Thank you!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.